It's not showing that we're going live. There we got the
There we go.
symbol. It says we're
Nice.
live.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey, we did see Walter Jones, the Black Ranger. I got
Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa,
I know,
whoa,
right?
whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, let's go ahead and...
Fuck. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 219 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Oh, you know, it's been a week.
It's been a week.
It has been. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Technically, yeah.
Two of the
What'd
boringest
it say
weeks
on
of the year.
iTunes?
What do you mean? The bi-weekly thing?
Yeah, what's it say on iTunes?
I think it went away, didn't it?
I think
Did
it went
go
away last time I looked, but hold on. Somebody talk about something, and I will
We're
check.
talking about the iTunes thing.
iTunes, yes, Apple
iTunes.
Podcast.
Apple Podcasts.
Sorry, Apple
Yeah,
Podcasts.
it doesn't label us anything anymore.
Hey, nice Spirit jersey there, Mike.
Thanks. I got it
Oh yeah.
at the Kevin Smith movies pop up.
Movies.
It was
I know.
one of the
Oh.
4 shirts I bought there.
I said I actually had that one too. How about that?
Did you buy this one too?
Yeah, I bought that one too. It's just, I don't know, 100 million degrees here, so I still can't wear long sleeves.
Oh, I'm freezing.
Because you're always freezing now.
Yeah.
No. Apple doesn't take that away from us for some reason.
I'm gonna look it up.
They're like, you are.
If you can
too
find it, go for it. At
if
least
you're
on the
too inconsistent.
Yeah, at least on
We
the
can't
app
keep-
part,
We can't keep changing you guys around.
we got flagged.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What episode did you say it was?
219?
It says there's 217 episodes.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, there's lost episodes.
There's a few
Yeah.
Did you
lost
guys
ones.
lose one?
I went through one time and I looked, and yeah, there's like 2 that we.
Some of our early
obviously
ones,
missed.
I don't think we loaded to iTunes at some point.
No, they're just random too, because we have like 2 bonus episodes, I think, as well, or at least 1 bonus episode. So yeah, don't do the math. Don't.
I'm
don't-
gonna look through all of them real quick.
The lost episodes, like that's a whole podcast.
They should
in
all
its
be
own.
here on YouTube.
Yeah, I was just
Like-
thinking the same thing. They're not.
Oh,
Is it
really
because you played
lost.
music and they pulled it?
No, I think we just didn't upload
You
it.
just missed the upload.
Yeah, I think it was all on us. We cannot blame anyone besides us, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't.
I'm
I don't see
scrolling through
anything.
them. I'll find. Just keep going, and I'm just gonna.
He's gonna yell a number. 122.
I-
Hut.
Would you lose your mind if 122 was not
I
on
think
here?
that would be
That I would
crazy.
laugh if I called that one. Yeah.
That would be
Like
absolutely
if that,
crazy.
like said, Scott, go buy the Mega Millions ticket right now.
Yes.
No, see the
Well, it got
problem
hit
is
already. Somebody won it.
Yeah.
the problem was if I do that, I used up all my luck on guessing the
Nope,
number. if that's the
122 is here. It was to
Oh,
all the
damn
toys
it.
I've loved before.
case.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good
classic.
one. That
Classic.
was a good one.
Yeah.
Good title too.
I'm not seeing any missed ones yet, guys.
I think it's early. I think it's like
I just hit 100.
I think
Nice.
it's probably like said pre-Nate episodes.
yeah, I think it was the first couple
I
that are
don't know.
missing. Let's
I'm
digress
in the
here.
80s.
Because while he's looking here, let's go through because I know you guys. The reason why we didn't go last week because
Yes.
all of us were somewhere else. I'll say. I know the 3 of you guys met up in San Diego. I took a different trip, went the opposite direction in the world. So
You did.
it was quite fun. So I ended up spending a week in Ireland. That was pretty fun.
I think we buried the San Diego Comic-Con lead. And how is
okay.
Ireland?
So I will tell you, I loved it. It was fun.
Good.
I can say consistently, I tried to do the math. Minimum 25 Guinnesses during the
They're
entire
all
time
here.
that I was there.
They are?
So
I don't know, Mike. I don't know.
I went through all of them. They're just
Thank
not
you.
skippies.
I swear I did the same thing. But what?
So
Sorry, I didn't mean to
25
interrupt.
Guinnesses.
yeah,
Guinness.
so at least 25, if not more. Like I was trying to do the count and I was trying to put it there. So we had a lot to drink.
Yes. For a
And
week,
I will
right?
tell you-
Like you were there 5 days, 5 nights?
5 days,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So with some coworkers and some friends that were local, so got to go do the local experience, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I do have one kind of funny story. So one night we go out to dinner and then we go hit up a pub, and then at a certain point, what I found over there is no last call. Like in the US, they're like, last call, you
Yeah,
got 15
right.
minutes.
It's what 2 a.m. in Phoenix.
Yeah, like
Everything
2
shuts
a.m.,
down,
like
yeah.
where everything shuts down. The last call is
Yeah.
just whenever the bar decides to close,
Oh, okay.
that's when it's going to close. And so we're there having drinks, and the bartender just comes up and is like, finish up and go. You're out. We're shutting down. You got to go. So we're like, all right, well, we're not done yet. So we go find another pub, which is super busy. But then, like, apparently everywhere has basements, and some of them have, like, bars in the basements that are in there. So we go to some basement bar, drink a bunch, get fairly inebriated. It's about 2:30 in the morning at this point. We decide it's time for food. We need some kebab because that's what you do when you're drinking late at night. So we went and found a very rundown kebab place.
Shitty kebab.
Shitty kebab, right?
All
This was their joke, right? It was called Abracababra.
That is
anybody
amazing.
knows. It's a great name, phenomenal name, right? And we had to convince them because they were shutting down, but they had left their door open. So me and Jeremy and I's mutual friend Bennett went in and were like, "Yo, we need some of this food. Can you please still sell it to us? Are you still open?" They said yes, but we've already cleaned all the tables. Like, you can't eat in here. You got to we'll make it for you, but you got to leave. So we were like, all right, we can do this. Like, let's go that. Went across the street. Yeah.
Is it this?
We had the Donner fries. Yep. The
Nice.
Donner.
All right.
Yep.
We got visuals, guys.
So
This is
Abracadabra.
really good.
So got some got the kebab. Had to go sit on the steps to the bank in front
I've
of
been to
Dublin
this
Castle.
place. I said
Yes.
this is down by Temple Bar, right?
Yeah, not too
Yeah.
far away.
Like right
yeah,
in that same area.
Kind of,
Yes.
yeah. It's like it's over again. I'll tell you, it's across the street from Dublin Castle because we went to Dublin Castle, which is like a big mansion tourist attraction thing. Sat on the steps eating our crappy kebab. Right? Actually, it was really, really good, to be honest with you. So we're eating this, and normally in the US, like, you get people that come up and they tell you the sob story as to why you should give them money. Right? When they're going to beg you for money, they come up like, "Hey, I need money for the bus. I got stranded. I need to call a taxi or whatever." Like, right? They come up with that sob story and make you want to give them money. Not this Irish dude that came up to us watching us drunkenly eating bad food. I don't know that. The dude comes up and he goes, "Yo, can I get 20 euro for the brothel?"
All right.
And we just, I'm eating and I just stop. And the guy I'm with, very Irish guy, is just immediately is like, "Fuck off with that shit. Like, get out of here." Like, starts cursing at him in Gaelic, right? I'm having a ball laughing because at first I was like, did he say hostel or brothel? And then it was confirmed. They was like, no, he meant brothel. And so where
What's
I get
20
kind of
bucks gonna
thing,
get you?
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. First off, if it's a
Crabs.
20 bucks, like, bro, you don't want, if the brothel's only going to charge you 20 bucks, you don't want any part of that. First off. And then I started thinking, I was like, first off, that was the excuse you gave to me. Who in their right mind is going to be like, "That's worthy. I'm going to get you laid. Here's 20 bucks for you to go do that." Like, that is not
it's
the
only
story.
$20.
Yeah, no, but that's not. I'm not going with this. Like, there's no reason to give this guy money.
You want to go
that reason.
skiing?
Like, no. So I'm like, you know what? No. Just, fuck off. And I was thinking to
There you
myself,
got it.
not a person in the world will take this guy up on this offer. Not 5 fucking minutes later, though, we're sitting there still eating the kebab, sitting on the steps. Homie is walking down the road with another guy who's trying to find like a open liquor store. He's asking us if we knew if there's an open off license over there. They're walking off together and go down some shady alley. And we're like, oh shit, he did find someone to take him up on the offer. was like, apparently I stand corrected. I thought no one would do it.
Hey, everyone's friends.
Everyone's friends. So he's like, you give me $20. For the raffle, I'll take you. They have liquor at the brothel. Let's go.
No, yeah.
I'd probably give him $20.
I mean, no.
He's not going to use it for drugs if it's for handies, right?
Again.
And for $20, it's got to be only handies. I can't see it being anything
It's like
else.
over the pants stuff. Yeah. Like
At least he had a good story too, right? He was
good,
like you said, he wasn't just like, hey, I need $20 for cab or food or something like
that. Yeah.
Sure,
So
why
it
not?
was
Why
it
not?
was
He's like the creative guys in Vegas that have the nice to have.
Yes.
Instead of having basically the creative science, he just he's just more
just went straight up to it. Yeah.
yeah.
So it was an interesting night, right? 3 a.m. getting hit up for money for the brothel. Thought it was
the ice cream man.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
No, that was my dishwasher.
I heard that too.
So
Thought it was the ice cream man. Go get your Choco Taco before it's
At 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Choco Taco.
Oh, Choco Taco.
But yes. So that was it. That was kind of the main story. I did get stranded though on the way home. The plane was 4 hours late leaving, which made me miss my connection. So I had to spend a lovely night at the airport Hilton in Washington, D.C., right next to Dulles.
gross.
And I was like,
lovely,
I was really hungry. And we landed, and I was pissed because I missed my flight, and I had to stay in this shitty ass hotel. And I got on the shuttle from the hotel shuttle. And I was like, fine, I'm gonna find like fast food because I've been craving American fast food. I've been eating, not like non-American food, right? Like for last week, it's like I want some fast.
I want some trans fats.
I want some trans fats. I want
a patty that's been frozen for a year.
Yeah, before you cook it, because all that fresh beef that I was eating on the hamburgers tasted weird to me. So I'm going. I was like, I gotta find one. The hotel is in a fucking industrial park. So I roll up and I was like, there is not even a place I can walk to get food here. And I was like, DoorDash wouldn't even come to that area. So I had to go. So I went in to the hotel bar. It was pretty late at night. And I just was like, all right, what do you got? And he's like, well, we're shutting down the kitchen. So he had some other stuff. Nothing that really was good. I couldn't get a steak or a burger. He's like, those are all shut down. So I was like, what do you have left over? Like, what can you make me from the menu? So he did tater tots covered in cheddar cheese, like melted cheddar cheese, sprinkled some bacon on it and put it in the plate in front of me. I said, that'll do. That is exactly what I was missing. They were the best tater tots I've had in a very long time.
Nice.
You were starving.
I was so hungry,
That's why
and I
you're
wanted some
starving.
shitty food, and that hit
secret menu
spot.
item at the airport Hilton in
Apparently,
Washington D.C.
Yep.
Ask for the Scott.
Ask for the Scott.
Apparently it was one of the appetizers, so it's like not even a hidden item.
Okay.
But I do highly recommend
The Bradshaw.
the loaded tater tots.
Yeah.
Right. It was the bartender definitely hooked it up because he's like, yeah, I think I have that stuff still good, so I can make that for you real quick. It's like,
Nice.
thank you.
They're frozen. Yeah, you
So-
got a bag of.
I think it was like they were like shutting down their kitchen right for the night.
Yeah,
so I was like,
yeah.
what can you make me?
The fryer must have still been on.
Yeah.
Or there
or
some
they
left in the basket.
Some left in the basket. So he's like, all right, melted cheese, some bacon bits. Not hard to make. Like I can make you that. I was like, done.
This guy tots. All right.
Give me some tots and bacon.
So
That was it.
No Whataburger in DC.
I don't think they even have them there.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think they do.
I did though. I will say the next day that was one of the first.
Yeah.
Had the wife. I was like, she's like, what do you want for lunch when she picked me up? Yeah, because I had to stay the night, take an early flight. So I got home in the afternoon. I was like, we're stopping at Whataburger on the way home.
Nice. Well
Good
done.
call. Good call.
Nobody's gonna hit the button.
Scott's the button guy.
Well,
Searching.
What a burger!
There we go.
There we go.
And the chat, real quick shout out to the chat, and then we'll ask the question. What's up? Manny's in the chat, hanging out over on YouTube. What's up, Manny? We saw Manny in San Diego too.
Yep.
Good to see Manny a couple times actually.
Yep.
So good to see Manny. Ed's there, butt wasted. I saw Jessica, Baby Light, Jeremy's there, Heather's there. What's up, everybody?
What's
Oh yeah. And Manny wants to know when you were in Ireland, because we talked about this. Did you get McDonald's?
I did not.
Ah,
I actually never did see a McDonald's. I saw a lot of,
there's not any close downtown.
there is,
Like-
but there were some Burger Kings.
Yeah,
It would've-
So
there
it would
is
have been
Burger
special.
King.
there is
yeah.
Burger Kings.
Hmm.
And the only time I was like, the day I was leaving, I'd woke up and it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, I had about 45 minutes before the taxi was going to pick me up to take me to the airport, right? So like, all right, let me go find breakfast somewhere. And I was like, there's a Burger King around the corner. I'll go get me a breakfast. Those motherfuckers don't do breakfast in Ireland. By the way, they didn't open till 11. I was very disappointed. So my one attempt to get American fast food did not pan out.
Dang.
That's a good Burger King.
Is it?
Well, not the one. The one you're talking about, Jeremy. It was the one in City Center, but there was one right by our hotel.
Yeah, that one's. I speak highly sort of the City Center Burger King. Solid choice.
Solid choice.
Manny says, right? Mike said this too. Like Burger King and the fast food outside of America, it's good. All right. Well,
When I had McDonald's in Australia, it was some of the best food I had in Australia.
That's all.
Mackey's. Macca's.
All right. If we ever find ourselves, the three of us, going to Ireland together, we will absolutely make a special.
Next
trip.
time I will make
we'll taxi. Like it sounds like it's a taxi ride.
It's a taxi ride. We'll have to make an attempt to go.
You
got
to go to all of them.
I looked and couldn't find one within like close proximity to anywhere I was going to be. So I was like, all right, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. When it becomes a chore to go somewhere.
There was drinking to be had in my off hours. So I was like,
you had abracadabra.
I had abracadabra.
You're right.
They kept saying one of the times, the other thing that I thought was kind of funny, they kept saying that we were going to have barbecue one day. And I was like, all right, sweet. I'd love to try some like Irish barbecue, right? Jeremy's shaking his head because he knows this.
What is Irish barbecue?
So there is no distinction over there. Like the concept of like what we call barbecue in the US doesn't translate very well over to that one. So when they say barbecue, that means like a backyard barbecue, like grill,
like hamburgers, hot
dogs, that sort of stuff.
Sure.
And the concept of like barbecue brisket and things. So like I had to talk with a lot of people, be like, okay, so when you have people over for a backyard barbecue, you're not barbecuing, you're grilling. We just call it a barbecue, but you're grilling.
Yeah. Okay.
Barbecue is low, slow, long, right? Like brisket, ribs, like that sort of thing. They're just like, that's all. They're like, that's all barbecue, but like we do like. So yeah, I had a few arguments about like what barbecue actually means and like use it right. Like you tell me to pronounce all your pub names correctly.
Barbecue's freedom food.
And I was like, if you're gonna correct me on how to pronounce Brussels, because I kept saying Brussels, and you're like, that's then you know what, damn it. You pronounce you do the concept of barbecue right. That's grilling. That wasn't barbecue.
Yeah. That it's very Texas of you.
Yeehaw!
I did go to a Texas barbecue place that had a picture of the original Black's barbecue on the wall. It's called the Bison Bar, and it had decent brisket. I had some pulled pork mac and cheese. Like they did it right. Yeah. It wasn't as good as any of the Texas ones, but it was pretty good. And I had to say they did a good job for emulating it across the world. So yeah, it had like literally I recognized a couple of different barbecue joints that they had pictures on the wall.
Yeah,
like, I've been to quite a few of these. Those are all in Texas
because Texas.
So.
Awesome.
But yeah, I digress because I actually have not gotten a chance to talk to any of you guys to about kind of San Diego. So I am definitely more I want to know what happened in San Diego. What all did you guys get to do? Like, what
cool.
Fill in? Like, let's tell because I know you guys got stories. It always happens when we're all together. So
yeah. So we had a good time. I'm glad that you had a good trip, and I'm glad you got home safe, even though it took an extra day, which is super frustrating. But whatever. I mean, I think while we're talking about travel, all three of us got delayed on the way home too. So like airlines are just a hot mess right now.
I got delayed about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I ended up getting delayed an hour. I know Jeremy just got 2 hours. Yeah, like
2 hours.
We all got delayed. We didn't miss anything, fortunately, but
it's like that every year at San Diego Comic-Con though. Like
it was so busy.
The airport's just
I hate
not
that
a
airport.
lot. It's
Leaving
not
that,
made.
Leaving that airport, I hate just because there's no place to sit.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the smallest, shittiest airport to leave out of.
Oh, Jeremy, you got a Terminal 1?
Yeah.
Terminal 1's terrible. I went out to Terminal 2. It's like a regular airport.
Well, yeah.
Terminal 1's like got like 2 gates in it, right?
Yeah, it's
2
terrible.
gates, nowhere to sit. That's Southwest's terminal. They're making it
Southwest,
bigger.
Yeah.
But there's like 2 or 3 gates, 1 shitty restaurant, and nothing else. Right? Maybe a Hudson News.
Yeah, that's it. There's the bar and then Hudson News.
Yeah.
But they're making it bigger. That's what all that construction is.
Yeah, well, I mean, just in general, that San Diego airport, just for the amount of people that come in specifically for Comic-Con, it was just, that airport just can't handle the sheer volume of people. Like when you're filling every single plane and overbooking all of those because
yes,
you're just running you're running into trouble. You're asking for it at that point. So yeah, I've never had good luck at that airport.
Yeah. So before we get into specifically, Manny did ask for Mike, really, did you get to go to In-N-Out?
I tried twice. Didn't work out. We went to Jollibee's though.
We did go to Jollibee's.
And I got Del Taco.
Nice.
So you got your taco and fries? Mm-hmm. The crinkle cut fries, baby. What do you want with your Mexican food?
Yeah.
I played a dangerous game because I got 2 tacos with a small fry and a small drink, and then a Del burger because I love their burgers too.
They're pretty good.
And I played the very dangerous bariatric game where you eat it all very slowly over an hour and a half, and you can eat a lot over a long period of time. You just can't eat it all at once.
Right.
Eat a little bit. Jeremy might know that game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's a dangerous game. But I got it all down eventually.
All right, good. Manny agrees that Del Taco's burgers are surprisingly good.
They are,
as do I. And the fries, like Scott said, those crinkle cut fries, sort of random for a taco place, but they're pretty good.
I just love I just miss their chicken soft tacos. Like I just
the chicken,
so good. That was like the first place we went when we got here,
and they were one of the first Mexican restaurant, like the fast food ones, like Taco Bell. Even their fire sauce wasn't that spicy, but Del Taco's hot sauce is hot as shit. Like that is mouth burning, like impressively hot sauce.
I asked for some, I wasn't given any.
Come on,
freaking Postmates or Grubhub or whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
that's why they missed it. Yeah, seems likely. So how do we want to do San Diego? Just like. I guess start with overall thoughts, and then maybe we'll do a quick breakdown of each day of what we did. All right, cool. So, good trip, right? Like it was. We had a lot of fun. Jeremy and I shared a room, so we hung out a lot. We met up with Mike a lot too, which is good. We saw Josh from Talking Pops. We met up with tons of friends too, including Manny. Shout out again to Manny. So it was a really good time for that. Right, it was a good con. Try not to get into anything, but what about you guys? Just it was right, good time.
It was just good to be back, right?
Yes.
Like I said, it felt like I said a step back towards like some normalcy. Like it was just like honestly just walking by. I said gas lamp again, and just walking that concourse. I said right outside the convention, right? It felt good being back, right? And then. Like I said, you start to get into, and I'm not to get into anything specific, right? As you start to kind of like experience some of that stuff, you're like, oh yeah, I'm like, you start to remember like your tips and tricks that you remember yourself, right? In regards to like of what you got to do. So, but yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was nice. The later days didn't seem like there were very many people. It didn't seem as packed as it usually is, and it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Manny just said that too, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was about to say the same thing. I didn't really
more space that they used, or just do you think this less people showed?
Slightly
less people. it didn't really click for me until I think it was the SDCC unofficial blog tweeted something out like after the fact, and they're like, it seemed a lot less crowded, maybe like 80%.
So
and then I thought about it, like it wasn't the exhibit floor wasn't as congested. Like usually you're walking and you end up stuck behind people and you're just slowly trudging along. That didn't happen so much. And then Manny talked about like outside too, like even outside, like for some of the offsites and just walking around the streets and stuff, it wasn't as crowded as it was before.
So do you think it's from some of the people that basically converted their tickets to the special edition and then didn't basically?
It's possible, yeah. Or I mean, some people couldn't. Like it's been 2 years. Like some people just couldn't go.
I found out something interesting though about it. So when I was stuck in the airport, coming back, right?
Yeah.
I met a guy that was laid over from coming back, a vendor coming back from San Diego. And he was telling me apparently normally they do the preview night, right? Which you have to have the special tickets for, or media passes, like it's pretty dead, right? The preview night generally is deader than
it's a little less busy.
It's a little less busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have people still setting up and everything getting on. But he was telling me apparently like last minute during preview night, they had opened up like general sale tickets. So you could just buy a ticket to go up for preview night. Like, and so they were sitting, he was like saying, like, yeah, I was still like setting up because I just thought like no one was coming to actually buy anything. And like people were getting pissed because they would go in and none of the vendors were ready to sell anything.
Because preview night's usually 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Yeah. Just a couple hours, pretty quick. I didn't notice anything different preview night this year compared to the last time. Maybe a little less busy, but like I just didn't notice.
Yeah.
So interesting. I mean, like Manny again, right in the chat, like, maybe some people were trying to avoid COVID or they returned their tickets. I mean, even like 90, 85, 80% of the tens of thousands of people who go, it's still a lot of people. It's just like, right. And even preview night, all that, like just slightly less than 2019.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, so before, like, so Wednesday was the first day, like Scott mentioned, right? Preview night. Before we went to preview night, we got invited to an event hosted by Upper Deck to talk about their new service.
Forever
Collect Forever.
Collect Forever. Which you guys hung around longer than I did. What was that all about? I know they had a Michael Jordan pop.
So, what you do is you can buy comics or pop figures from them, and they will encapsulate them directly from the manufacturer, mark them uncirculated, and store them for you, so you don't have to have them at your house.
Right, like eBay,
like
vault,
eBay,
eBay.
Yeah, as I said, like vault, or basically like people that put it in take their collection and go throw it in the safety deposit box or whatever. So they're basically that.
Idea. But you don't have possession of it.
It's a lot. I mean, that pop was $50. They had an exclusive pop that came out the Tuesday or the Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was like $50, but it was encapsulated. And it said,
so does that 50 include all the storage cost?
Yes.
There's no storage cost.
There's no storage cost.
So they don't charge it. So that's what I was wondering with that. Like if they're going to store it,
it's
baked into the original.
It's baked into the original. Yeah.
Still quite a bit for a $12
I was gonna say, like,
Jordan pop.
Are they doing like per month on that thing too? You pay $50 and then you have to pay like $1 a month or whatever. But
we asked. Or somebody asked.
Yeah,
Collect Forever, right?
Yeah, Collect Forever.
Yeah.
Hey,
end up following you guys on?
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, they're following us. So we were, like I said, the STS guys, I said, were some of the first official followers of Collect Forever.
It's true.
On their multiple different social media platforms.
Yeah, and right, the good guys. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because they did follow us back. They've been liking our other San Diego Comic-Con posts, which I thought was funny.
If there's stuff and you don't have space for it, like that.
Oh, it's great.
It seems like a good idea. Like it's locked and it's basically secured away.
Exactly, right? It's locked, it's safe, insured. Because I mean, who isn't somewhat limited for space? Like it's kind of a cool option that the world is going towards, like you only have so much room for stuff, but you still want to collect. or invest too. This is more like, right, this is more of an investment
stuff too,
strategy.
yeah.
There's an X-Men Unlimited X-Men Green 2 with uncirculated in their capsule, in their soft slab.
Yeah.
$6.
Oh,
I know we were talking about cost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was $40 for the pop.
Okay, plus shipping. If you wanted it shipped to you, I
if
think
you
bumped
wanted
it up
shipped
to
to you,
bumped it up to 50. So that's not too bad. But yeah, so we checked that out. It was good. We learned some stuff. I feel like we were the first people on the internet to post up pictures of that Michael Jordan number 12 pop, which was kind of fun. I tried to get Diss Tracker's attention, but that didn't work. But whatever. He posted up much later that night, so we had it on our Instagram hours before Diss Trackers.
Yeah.
So
our reels, I said,
yes.
north of 20,000.
Yes. Shout out to Instagram Reels. So we did that, and then that was early afternoon. We jumped over into the sales pavilion and got in line for preview night. Waited a couple hours. Me and Ian were there a little bit early, so Jeremy and Mike were able to cutsies. We had an okay spot. They didn't let us in forever. It was like 6:30. Like Mike said, preview night 6 to 9. It was like 6:30 before they started letting people in by us. So our group got let in super late, which was kind of a
my understanding, though, is they let everybody that was in the other lines in first. That's why it was taking us for so long.
Oh, okay.
They let the escalator people in first, and then
right, fire hazard people have to get out first, right?
I don't know. It's hard because you just choose a spot and you hope for the best, and you hope
the ADA people had to run in.
To get the exclusives.
Yeah.
Manny said he got in at 6. He was right by the escalators. They camped out at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or something ridiculous. So he got a really good spot, which is awesome. But yeah, Manny, sales, it was well after 6. I think almost 6:30 by the time that started.
Which was the opposite, like in 2019. Right?
Yeah, because I think 2019 they let us in like 20 minutes early or 30 minutes.
Yeah, we got in like 20, 30 minutes in. It was like 5:30, like 5:30 or 5:40, like.
Because that's what we were expecting. We thought like 5:30 came and we're like, all right, any minute now, and no. And then I still had my Twitter notifications on for the SDCC blog, and they're like, oh, letting people in now, and I'm like, no, they're not. Right, rage, but it's all right. There's nothing that I don't think any of us had to get, so it wasn't super critical. I just kind of took it easy on preview night. Mike, I know you had tickets for the Funko booth.
I had the Funko booth on preview night, and I got there at like 7:45. I think it took a total of an hour and 15 minutes to get through.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Not terrible.
Were you able to get everything you wanted?
I only wanted Ted Lasso. I got stuff for Jeremy. I tried to get stuff for you and it sold out. And then I tried to get that freaking metallic Charmander, but that was the only other thing that sold out other than the Huckleberry Hound soda.
Oh yeah, that's the one you were gonna try to grab for me.
By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out the bingo thing for the Funko soda mention, because we haven't had one of those for a while.
Bingo!
Well, there's going to be more mentions of Funko soda, so get ready.
We haven't had one forever, so I was like, we gotta capitalize on this one.
Good call. I forget what else you were trying for.
Yesterday's pins, but their line was longer than Funko's line.
That's right. Yeah, by the time we weren't going there necessarily, but I walked by Fig Pin, and Fig Pin was like super long and capped, and it was rough. So, I mean, just because it's preview night and just because there's a few less people, it's still rough to get anything. Like we all split up. We all went in like 3 separate directions. I forget, Jeremy, where did you head first?
I literally just started walking because I didn't have like
just meandered.
There wasn't anything. I was just kind of like scoping stuff out for like the following days, right?
Yeah.
Like so, like for example, like I scoped out. They had the Clerks 3 Lionsgate booth, right?
Oh yeah.
I said I was able to scope out where that was, which that we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I said that paid dividends off. I said the very next day. But yeah, no, I just meandered around. Like I said, the exhibitor hall.
Checked it out because it was a lot different than past years
Yes.
because we talked about that on a previous episode. Some of the big booths like WB and DC Comics, they weren't there this year. So just the layout was entirely different. So, I mean, the one great thing about San Diego Comic-Con is year after year, it's pretty much the same. So once you've been once, you kind of remember where everything's at. You get your bearings real quick. But this year was a little bit different of a game if you're trying to find stuff or some things weren't in the exact same spot. We do have to mention that, the Funko booth, Funkville, with Loungefly and Mondo and the giant Funko booth and the big Squid Game statues.
Yes.
It was epic and it was amazing and it was really cool to see in person. And they literally took over that entire like northwest corner of the convention center, whatever direction that is. They just took that over and it was just so cool to see. Just huge footprint this year.
I'm gonna go grab the one thing that I got from Disney Plus booth that I really, really like. I think it's my favorite thing I got at the con.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
I don't even
the jersey.
I don't
I
even
think
know what that is.
I think it's the jersey.
Oh, okay, cool. Spoiler alert. So we did that. Like that was kind of my thing too. Was I just walked around, got our bearings, hit up the Nickelodeon booth, bought some stuff there. They had custom T-shirts, so Ian and I made custom T-shirts. Jeremy, did you? Manny wants to know, did you get a Mondo poster? Because Manny missed his time slot.
I didn't get any lotteries. I got zero.
Oh,
I got zip.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So Jeremy didn't get anything. Mike, we'll let Mike talk about his. I got the Funko booth on Friday, and that was it. So it was cool. We got the 9:30 a.m. We'll talk about that slightly on Friday.
Because what was it? You got what? 10?
12 entries per day. With very limited selections to use those entries on. So I really thought there was no shot.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to think of. Like, if there's 12 per day, and I don't know how many each booth allows, but for the number of people for the number of people that put in for everything, and the number that you get per day, and the number of people that they're going to let into those booths, like the odds of actually getting something.
Oh yeah, it's as bad as winning bad as winning that $1 billion lottery, man. It's not much better because you're right. You got your 12, even if you use all 12 for one thing, it's 12 against tens and tens of thousands. So it's like,
especially because there was like nothing this year.
Exactly, it was 10 times worse because
all the big names are going to get more people going to them.
And I feel like I said this on here before too, but like if there was nothing you wanted to use, which really there wasn't anything I wanted to use, so I just put all mine on Funko, which I feel a lot of people would have done. It's like, I don't have anything else, might as well put it on Funko because maybe there's that one pop I want to buy. So I feel like for me and Mike both to get in, like we were super lucky, so it was cool.
I got the Aussie thing and I just let Jeremy have it.
We'll talk about that story here in a second.
That was Mike's big win.
I heard about this
one signing, so we'll get to that for Friday. Did you grab your Disney Plus item, Mike?
I did. This thing rocks. So Josh and I finessed our way into Disney Plus booth on Wednesday
because that wasn't easy.
That was not easy.
Ooh, look at that!
Oh,
that's
awesome.
The TVA badge.
Yeah, that's very
awesome.
cool.
From Loki. That's dope, right?
Yep,
that is awesome.
Very cool, man.
That's it. That's just an awesome pin.
That's an awesome pin.
I don't see how everybody didn't snag one of these when they were.
I didn't know what they had. We saw the line, like we saw the booth. The line was long enough where like we decided not to wait because I'm like, how am I going to wait when I don't even know exactly what I can buy? And then it's one of those things you plan on going back because that was Wednesday and we planned on going back and never made it back.
Yeah, no, it was like $10, Manny.
Free. Yeah.
It was they had a bunch of Marvel props, the Marvel props that you buy at stores. They had a bunch of those, a bunch of Star Wars stuff, a lot of cool shirts, and a bunch of cool enamel pins.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it was totally worth it. So yeah, like anything else about exhibit floor for preview night? Cool. So, we wrapped up preview night, went back to the hotel, dropped off our stuff. Mike headed back to his hotel because he had flown in. He was super tired. But Manny brought up the corgi party after a preview night. Yeah, typo. Corgi Commander, right, Jason? Kind of a big deal on Twitter, I would say, for the Comic-Con crowd, the Nerds Unite Comic-Con crowd. Good guy. He organized a meetup. and we were able, or me and Jeremy and Ian were able to attend. So we swung by. We were starving, so we got some food, ate, got to sit down for a minute because we were also tired and starving. But we were able to say hi to a lot of people, including Manny. We were able to actually sit down and talk to Manny for quite a while, which was awesome. Gave him some stickers, including the one that Ed made for us. Talked to him. We saw Corgi, of course. Cheesemo was there. Joey from the Dorksman. Rest in peace. Joey from the Dorksman podcast. Secondary.
The podcast, not the person.
Oh,
Yeah,
Joey's
Joey's podcast. Yeah, the podcast, not the person.
Yeah, Joey's good. Joey's healthy.
That was good.
Yeah, we saw Ryan, formerly from the Four Dorksman podcast. So yeah, we got to. I'm gonna forget somebody, but we got to meet up with a whole lot of friends. We didn't stick around too long because it was like getting late and we were tired. And you're right, it's day one of Comic-Con, so we had to be back up early. But really, I've never got to attend one of those before. I know Corgi kind of does it every year. It was super cool to be able to go and see everybody. Right, that's the best part of Comic-Con. So we kicked it off right by hanging out with friends. So that was kind of our Wednesday. Ate hotel pizza. It was good. At the same, like we were starving. It might have been the best. Probably wasn't the best pizza we've ever eaten, but my God, it tasted like the best pizza I've ever eaten.
It was pretty
at that
good.
exact moment.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. So what about Thursday, guys? We got up a little. At least Jeremy and I got up a little early on Thursday. Hit up the convention center because we wanted to go to the booth and try to get an autograph signing ticket. Wasn't that Thursday or was that Friday?
That's Thursday.
It was Thursday.
Yep.
So yeah, our big highlight of Thursday was we headed straight to the Nickelodeon booth because every year they do a SpongeBob SquarePants signing because there's always a SpongeBob panel, right, with the voice actors. So this year we decided, all right, we're gonna try to do this, right? SpongeBob's one of those iconic shows. I feel like it's a little underrated.
You got to get a Tom Kenny autograph, right? Like you got to get a Tom Kenny autograph.
Exactly. He's a cool dude. He's done a lot of other shows too, but we decided, all right, we're going to try for this year. Hit the Nickelodeon booth, got a ticket for that fairly easily. They were also doing a Rugrats signing that they were handing out tickets for that one at the same time too. So yes, please. I will take a second autograph signing since I don't have to do any other work. So we did that. I had to come back later in the afternoon for both of those signings. It was awesome. We got to meet the cast, got 11x17 posters signed by both of them. It was really cool. Like that's one of the great things about Comic-Con, right? Is you can occasionally be able to do things like that, but they're totally free.
Yeah.
Like we didn't pay anything. We just had to be at their booth at the right time, get the tickets, wait. Like we waited like probably over an hour in line to actually meet them, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, it was cool.
I'm gonna say Manny brought up the Prey, the like back in
they
the
did
day
a
Predator
pre-screen kind of thing.
Yeah. So he says it's incredible. So Manny, awesome, because I've been waiting for that to come out. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I've been excited for that. I'm gonna watch it in Navajo, by the way. Because it's like a Navajo tribe is what it's following. Like it's Predator, but before there's guns and stuff. So
yeah, it's like Comanche Indians or something like that.
Or Comanche,
right?
yeah, or yeah. So I think it's either Comanche or Navajo, right? And they've dubbed it in the like whatever either one of the languages. So they actually got speakers of the language to like dub over the movie, so you can watch it as if they're speaking the real language. So
nice.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty kick ass.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. It looked good. I think right, cast or director or somebody was there too. I think Corgi was the one who posted up a picture of it. So it's cool. That really wasn't even on my radar. So I'm glad you guys were able to go check that out. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Unique, right? Unique Comic-Con kind of expent.
Yeah.
So after the SpongeBob booth, like after we got the tickets, I said in the morning, right? It was like still early in the morning, so we got our tickets. We went out, and then said based upon basically the scouting out the night before, I said right down the alley from the Nickelodeon booth was the Clerks 3, Lionsgate booth. And so in addition, like I said, they were giving out like these cool Clerks 3 bags. But like I said, if you're part of the first people in the morning, they were giving out these awesome foil Clerks 3 posters.
Yeah, they were.
And
cool.
basically what you had to do was you had to basically sign up for their contest, and then basically prove that you signed up for their contest by showing the guy that, hey, guess what, I signed up, and then basically
get the poster.
if they had any left, they said they give you the poster.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, they said that it was so packed up and busy right there. So I entered the contest. I said I got the poster, and then I'm like, hey, Larry, I'm like, here you go. Here's my phone. I'm gonna grab a poster. I'm like, here, Ian.
Yeah.
Like Larry's son. I'm like, here, grab a poster. But yeah, they gave up these awesome metallic Clerks 3 posters, which are
that's awesome.
It's really cool.
They're pretty cool.
Mine survived.
Good.
Didn't get damaged in the luggage.
Good.
Awesome. Same here. Like really everything survived, which always a blessing. Right?
Always a worry.
You never know.
Always a worry getting on a plane with all that shit you just bought.
Yeah, that was fun packing. But
yeah, so that was the only day, like I said, that we were able to actually snag posters, because every other day, like I said, they were sold out. So luckily, it was able to get Mike one, because I know.
Yeah, I appreciate it
that he wanted to hook up. So
yeah, that was cool. That was one of we were there early. We were able to bounce around between a couple booths, get a couple things, and we also picked up in between that. Right while you were headed to the Clerks booth, I went over and got the Toddland, the Bob's Burger shirts and bunny ears that we had pre-ordered, which we tried to do on preview night, but that one was too long and we didn't wait. But this time we were able to walk right up, grab our stuff. Jeremy was headed around the corner to follow Jeremy. Jeremy's heading back. He's like, guys, you got to go get this Clerks poster. So we did that. So we really knocked out like 3 things in like 5 minutes, and it was great. It was a great start to the day. I think, Michael, I'll let you go in a second, but then I think that after that, we walked around a little bit, took a little bit of a break, and then headed over to the Petco Interactive Zone for the Nintendo Switch tour, which was cool. We had to wait.
Just the things that you had to go through to get to it once. Go interactive to do this thing. Like
that's
the fucking sponsorship.
Yes,
I forget about it. It always it gets me every time.
Well, that was part of the baseball stadium, right? The baseball stadium is Petco Park. So it's like the parking lot for the baseball stadium that they take over and usually do some type of offsite. We went to the Nintendo offsite. We had our time slot pre-booked. We had to wait longer than I would have liked, but whatever, because the line was short.
They were very secure. I said letting people into the Nintendo event. I said honestly, I was not afraid of any potential terrorism happening.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, the metal detector and checking your bags and
yes, thoroughly. Which is great, right? Don't get me wrong, but I whatever.
Yeah, definitely no terrorism happening.
Yeah, it was safe, which is great. Minor inconvenience, but it was a little overboard. But we waited in the hot sun for a little bit to actually get into that booth. It was cool. Got to play Mario Strikers, the new Nintendo Switch Sports, and the new Kirby game.
And we dominated that game.
The soccer one?
The soccer one.
Yeah, the soccer one was actually a lot of fun. Like I like that game. I'd never played that before. It was really cool. We played the bowling, kind of like the old Wii bowling, except for updated, which is cool. Jeremy won that. That was a lot of fun. And then we each got to play Kirby for a little bit too, which is cool. And then our parting gift, we got a like a little drawstring bag and a little World of Nintendo figure and some paperwork, I think. So it was cool. I had fun.
Was it a figure or an amiibo?
No, an actual figure, cheaper than an amiibo. Like I don't know, like $5 at the Walmart, but it was free, so it was cool.
Nice.
Did you make it over there, Mike? Because I know you had kind of looked at it too.
We did, but we didn't do anything. Like on Thursday, we kind of didn't show up until 10 to the con.
Yeah.
And then
nothing wrong with
we
that.
bebopped around a little bit and then left at like noon.
Okay. Fair.
One or two, I think.
Yeah. Well, Josh got in super late.
And we were tired.
He had a long day. Yeah. And you had to get to movies.
Yeah, we had to get movies by 5:30.
So
yeah, I had to just drop off some comic books to get graded and everything.
Oh, cool.
And then we kind of went back, had lunch, went to that offsite for a little bit. Didn't really do anything. We had some of the Rocks energy drink, which was terrible.
Yeah.
And then left to make it to movies with you guys.
Yeah, which was cool because you guys got there a little before us. Were able to save us a spot in line because even though we had reservations, we had to wait a couple minutes. Not too bad. But we got our movies food. I think
Got
Mike had
some
mentioned,
shirts.
yeah, Mike had mentioned that their cool merch they had, including those exclusive Roosevelt shirts.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. You got all of those, right?
Yeah, I spent $400 in shirts and at movies. Not
right.
that much, little less. The food was pretty good. I mean, for $104 for two people, I thought it'd be but it wasn't bad.
It was a little pricey.
It's part of it, right?
Exactly.
It's the experience, right? That's
Did you guys keep your color change cups?
Yep.
We did, yeah. So
they color change cups at this one?
They did,
yeah,
Scott.
They did.
When they get cold, they change color, right? It goes from like pink to purple.
It goes
purple
from
to pink.
pink to purple.
Yeah, last time we went to the movies,
cool.
they just had the paper cups.
Yeah.
I think I still have one somewhere.
These are awesome. These are awesome cups.
They were, don't oversell it. We forgot to grab him one.
They're dope.
They were okay.
They're super cool.
They were cool. I will say, Scott, though, the food in Austin was way better than the movies San Diego. Like it was good.
Well, because it's always a local group that comes in and does the food, right? Ghost Kitchen that shows up and does it. So it makes sense. Like it's not going to taste the same.
No, it's similar and good, but the Austin one was like really good. So, but yeah, that was cool. They were selling movies, pops, signed by Kevin Smith,
right?
For $50. So I grabbed one of those, which is cool. I've always kind of wanted a Kevin Smith signed pop, but I've never got one. So I got that signed in yellow paint pen. It looks really cool. So that was fun.
Then after that, Jeremy, Josh, and I went to Punch Bowl Social.
Yep.
And played some bowling.
We went bowling. Yeah, I don't think we
like
actual bowling.
Really?
Actual bowling. Yeah.
They have the Punch Bowl Socials here in Austin. You never went.
Do they? No.
Yeah, they have bowling at the.
I don't even know where that.
I know they have it at the one at the Domain. I don't know about the downtown one.
The Domain.
I don't know if they have bowling at that one.
That's cool.
Then we went to
wait. We also had a punch bowl.
Yeah, we did get
a
punch there.
That's like an actual thing.
Yeah.
Josh drank most of it.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah, they got like big
food
Jenga and Scrabble and.
Okay, yeah, it's one of those kind of places. Yeah,
bar where they have lots of activities, games and activities for like you and your friends go. You keep yourselves entertained when conversation fails.
Yeah, right. You eat your chicken and waffles, drink your drink, and play some foosball.
Yeah,
good times.
Good. Yeah,
it's cool.
It was a good time.
Then after that, you guys went back to the movies place, right? Because you had tickets to see Kevin Smith.
What was it? Fat Man Beyond.
Yeah, Fat Man Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first it was the first SDCC show because he was doing Kevin Smith. Was doing several shows. Like I said, throughout all SDCC. So it was like the kickoff of his SDCC show. So it was cool. Like
it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Got some good cocktails.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sully,
they were really good.
Sully was there too because I know Mike posted a picture of creeping on Sully.
Yep.
That made me laugh. On Twitter.
So then after the show, Kevin Smith, so we all basically went with Sully, right? And
cool.
And Ming said,
Ming Chen.
Ming Chen to was it the trailer park?
The trailer park.
Yeah, trailer park.
A bar in the basement that looked like a trailer park.
Yeah, where Josh said stole someone's backpack.
Yep. These guys from the Marvel booth led us into like their VIP area, and there was a backpack back there, and Ming said it was his.
Yep.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Ming said it was his, right? You heard him say that too?
I heard him say that too. I heard him.
Yeah, and Ming was out bebopping around, and we were like, we're gonna leave because it was pretty late and we were tired and we didn't feel like drinking more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you should get Ming his back, or no, Josh just went, I'm gonna get Ming his backpack, trying to be helpful.
Yeah, good
guy. The guy whose backpack it was saw Josh go get it and
lift it out and take it.
Really?
And he brought it over to Ming. Ming's like, I've never seen that backpack before in my life.
Like, who are you?
Weirdo. Do you want me to sign your backpack? Is this like a weird?
That is amazing.
It was great. It was great. It was like I said, it was a good time. It was a good time.
And then it's because Josh has ADD or whatever you want to call it. He can't just stand there for 5 minutes. Okay. So I call an Uber. I'm like, it's going to be here in 5 minutes. He's like, well, I'm going to play with this Lime scooter for 5 minutes then. The guy shows up. I'm like, where are you? He wants to leave. And he's like, just go, because he couldn't figure out how to park the scooter. Like it wouldn't let him park it.
You just
I leave.
Walk away.
You have to like check it out.
You got to check it out. You can't just leave it anywhere. So we leave. I get back to the hotel. It's like 11. I'm laying in bed. I'm drinking water because you can never drink enough water on those things, and eating an Uncrustable.
Nice.
And at about 11:45 he comes back because he had ridden the Lime scooter along the highway from the trailer park to the Holiday Inn at Bayside, and it took him like a half an hour.
That's amazing. That's really far.
Yeah, it was pretty far. For
didn't the battery die too?
Yeah, battery died and he had to get another one.
That's amazing.
What
I had not heard that. Well done. Yeah, I mean, dude, wait the 5 minutes for the Uber, man.
Yeah, you don't have to play on your phone for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, find something else
to
distract
work?
you.
Get a fucking fidget spinner, like for God's sakes.
Yeah, that's funny. Freaking Josh.
Well, that brings us to Friday, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, I thought of one other thing. One other Thursday thing, because you guys were doing that. We went to Ian and I went to a panel. We actually went back to the exhibit floor. It was super dead, which was kind of nice for the last like 30 minutes. So we were able to go around, take a lot of pictures. It was awesome. There's a STS Guys sneaky tip. And then we went to a panel. We went to Solar Opposites, right? The cartoon on Hulu. Justin Roiland is in it. Thomas Middleditch from Silicon Valley, and the kid from who plays Adam on the Goldbergs. So they were all there. It was a really cool panel. A lot of fun. But the real reason we ended up going there is because while we were waiting in line for one of the Nickelodeon signings, there's these two teenage girls who, and this story's about to get weird. There's these two teenage girls.
Already a little weird.
There's these two teenage girls who are freaking out and trying to get a picture with this guy, some guy who's walking by, and I'm just like, who is that? So I nudged Ian. I'm like, because I looked at Jeremy. Jeremy didn't know. I didn't know. Like, it's got to be a young person thing. These were young girls. So I nudged Dean. I'm like, dude, I know, dude, this told you it's gonna get weird. Like, dude, who is that? It was Ian recognized him. Well done, Ian. It was Carl Jacobs, YouTuber who's friends with Mr. Beast, and does that kind of stuff. So Ian was excited. He took a picture with him. Nice guy, right? Said hi real quick while we were in that line. But then Ian looked, and he had a panel that night. It was after the Solar Opposites panel. So I'm like, all right, cool. We like Goldbergs. We like Silicon Valley. Let's go check out this panel. Then we'll wait for this dude's panel. It was actually like kind of interesting. It was about like, being social media creator and making content and stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's probably interesting. Dude canceled. Dude no-showed on his panel. It was like 9 o'clock. It was fairly late. They just like, some lady came up and was like, this next panel's canceled. The guy's not here. So we're done for the night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Really weird. Don't know what happened.
Did the dude get lost? Like, what happened?
I think he just kind of ditched out.
Or so like after too many people were like, yeah, and he's like, I gotta go.
I feel like either he got invited to a really cool party and he's like, I'd rather go to this party, or he overestimated his popularity. They put him in a really big room, like it seated like a lot of people. And after the Solar Opposites panel cleared out, there were like 20 people sitting around waiting for him, including us. So I feel like it might be one or the other, or a combination of both. He's like, I'm not going to do a panel for 20 people, and he just found something better to do. Well, that was my story. Carl, people like Carl. He has a sandwich at Mr. Beast Burger. Like, yeah, it's a big deal. So, all right. So sorry, I just had to bring that up because it's important. What do you got for Friday, Jeremy?
Friday, yeah. So Friday with this Mike I mentioned, right, that he won a lottery spot for, because Ozzy Osbourne and Todd McFarlane were doing a signing at the Stern Pinball booth, which I still don't understand basically like how that relates. Because pinball. Well, because there's no, I'm like, because they're not doing an Aussie pinball machine. They're not doing it like. Cause I asked when I was there, right? But like I said, so here's the thing, though, right? So these lotteries, like I said, they're tied to the person, and they're tied to your badge. So Mike was kind enough to gift this to me just because knowing that I'm a huge Aussie fan. So I'm like, okay, like guess what? You know what? I'm going to be I'm going to be Mike for the day. And then I said, I said, Mike's gonna be Jeremy for the day. Simple, right? Simple.
I never ran into a single issue.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. Mike never ran into a single issue. I, however, ran into multiple issues. So we also exchanged IDs. I said just in case, like stuff comes up, right?
People at Comic-Con love to check IDs.
Yeah, because
how dare you let your friend be you?
Yeah, they think they're more important than what they are. But here's the thing: it's not like we're like doing like anything nefarious. Like I said, it's literally
just traded.
Yeah. So in order to basically get to the signing, I said you had to basically wake up early and get a wristband. So woke up early, got in line. They wouldn't let me into the building at first because I said the security people didn't know about. That's awesome.
Larry's he can't see him pictures of me.
That's awesome. So I had to basically sneak into Comic-Con by basically saying, "Oh yeah, I don't have my badge," because you had to basically pick up your wristband from sales. So the only way you can get to sales basically is to pick up your badge in the first place. So basically, I took off Mike's badge, put it in my pocket, saying, "Oh, I don't have my badge. I need to go up to sales." So get to sales, find the line for the thing. It's like, okay, hey, we need to see your ID. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I showed them the Comic-Con ID. Like, oh no, we need to see a photo ID that matches the Comic-Con ID. I'm like, okay, well, good thing I grabbed, Mike's, license. So I showed the ID and I showed, man, I was wondering how to get in sales. Yeah. Always say you forgot. I always say you're picking up your badge. You can basically get to sales that way. That's the best way to get to sales.
Good.
And that's Comic-Con pro tip. So I showed my ID. They let me in line. Then all of a sudden, right? I said, I'm in line. People. Nice thing, about Comic-Con, right? Is you make friends. Like I said, well, you just start talking to random people, in line, this, that, and the other. So there was this really lovely couple, a couple of ladies, right? I said that we're from the Austin area. So we got to chatting about Austin stuff and this, that, and the other. And then I said I had turned around for a while and just kind of like was like just off of my own little world. And then they start, yelling for, hey, Michael. Keep in mind, I'm completely ignoring basically, I said these people. I get a tap on my shoulder, Michael. I said, I think they're getting ready to move us up. And then it starts to dawn on me like, oh yeah, I'm Michael.
Right, so she was reading it off of your badge.
She was reading it off my badge. That I had. So Mike basically walked out with two friends that he didn't know that he had. Like, so congratulations, Mike. You have, I said, a lovely couple new friends.
Sounds good. Sounds perfect.
That was ID check number 1. ID check number 2 was basically right as you got in the door before you got the wristband. ID check number 3 was when they put the wristband on you.
Oh my!
So they checked my ID 3 different occasions. One, they never questioned it once.
Which is good.
You don't look a lot alike.
Yeah.
But
I guess
we don't.
I mean, you don't want to offend anybody too, and be like,
right.
So whatever. I mean, it's formality.
So go in. So luckily, like I said, there was 2 different group signings for the Aussie thing. There was Group 1 and Group 2. I'm lucky that I got Group 1 because this signing was a shit show. Let's just put it this way. It should have been half the amount of people that qualified for this, just because Ozzy's an old guy and he's tired and he doesn't. I said he once he's done, he's done. So I waited in line. Signing was at noon. I got in line. I'm like, hey, I'll just go and get in line at 10:30. I got in line at 10:30. I didn't get to the noon signing until like 1:30. And I was part of the noon signing. Like I said, I waited in line for almost 4 hours. I said that if you were in Group 2, you essentially got screwed because, like I said, the majority of Group 2 didn't get stuff signed, or like I said, didn't get stuff signed by everybody. Because at one point in time, Todd McFarlane had to leave. At one point in time, I said a couple of the others had to leave. Then Ozzy got tired. But I said, since I was group one, like I said, end up getting, I said, awesome. I said, Chrome, Ozzy, signed print, signed by Todd McFarlane, Ozzy Osbourne, Jonathan Glapion, and then I forgot the other colorist. I said who did this as well, but
that's awesome.
Now, is that the
awesome
thing? Did they give you that to get signed, or did you get that?
They did give us this to get signed.
I didn't know if it was one of those ones where you could only get signed what they had.
No, they basically they said you couldn't get anything personal signed. Like I said, it was just like they literally gave you the poster and that's it.
That's kind of nice too, though, because some people take a long ass time when they're trying to get their personal thing signed.
And then like I said,
no pictures long.
Yeah, and then you couldn't take any pictures. You couldn't do anything else like that. So I snuck. So I have a couple pictures on my Instagram. I snuck a couple pictures of Ozzy signing. But no, it was a good time. So again, Mike, awesome. thanks for the hookup on that.
Anytime, buddy.
Very cool.
Right, so I know we have Funko Fun Days, but I realized the time here.
I think that's
should we do part two?
Is that a part two for next week? I think we do
a part two next week.
All right, so Comic-Con part 2, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically, right? Whatever.
Basically,
Friday night, Saturday.
Friday,
yeah. So that will be next week. Stay tuned of this, yes, guys. You know, same bat.
I knew it was going to be a lot.
Same bat channel.
Jeremy and I talked about this. Like, this is the one thing that we could do a 4.5 hour podcast on.
Yeah.
Like,
so
really
yeah. So
real quick, just because I want to hear the music on the actual podcast.
Oh yeah.
What is
hot toy
that?
this week? Like hot toy this week. Look at that! Look at that guy! Look at that guy! Look at that Robert Downey Jr.
So we can do it.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That was hot. That's hot. That is really hot.
Ed.
Awesome. Ed got a bingo.
Yep.
Bingo!
Very nice.
That's why I had to do it.
Well done, just for the bingo.
For the bingo square.
Awesome.
I have sad news.
Oh no. Sadder than the Dorksman stopped podcasting?
Yeah, so I was going on our site, right, doing a couple little things on our website. I was checking the links to some of our sponsors are still on there.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Frisky Britches.
It's
down.
Oh, so the entire company is
down? Yeah, I don't think it still exists. So our
hold on,
favorite
guys.
What happened to Frisky Britches?
Temporarily closed.
Yeah.
Temporarily closed.
Temporarily.
Okay,
so hopefully they come back up.
I mean, but this doesn't mean we outlasted Frisky Britches because we both started around the same time.
We did. So, yep. That's our some of our favorites are gone here. So that's the sad news I had to share.
Yeah, I mean that was so we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary next month. I feel like they were our friends month of 1, so it's a shame. That's Ed's a big fan of open panties.
Hey, so what you're looking for, Ed, is the cougar.
Oh yes, the cougar, not the kitty.
Not
the cougar, and the kitten.
Yeah.
Also, big news. It is George Jetson is born today.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm George.
July 31st, 2022.
So today for you.
It's today in Pennsylvania.
Tomorrow for we still got that hour before it's George Jetson's birthday.
Hey! It's only 9:00 in West Coast. But anyway, so cool, awesome, guys. Tune in. Right, chat wants to hear more shenanigans. We've got more stories, including Funko Fun Days, which was awesome. So you'll want to tune in next week. We'll get caught up on that. Maybe we can do some SDCC news too, because there were trailers and all that stuff that we haven't even had time to think about. But it was a good trip. Appreciate everyone who's listened this far. Special shout out to Ed for giving us those stickers that we passed out. I think we gave out a couple at the Corgi meetup, and then they didn't last past Fun Days. So thank you, Ed. Everybody liked it. Passed out my Fun Days stickers too. It was a good time. But we'll talk more about that next week. If you didn't see some of the pictures we posted up, because I actually posted up, for me and Jeremy, actually posted up quite a few pictures on Instagram at STS Guys, including those Instagram reels. So make sure you hit that little reels button because there's some good reels out there, including one from the Solar Opposites panel that you don't want to miss. So check that out. You can follow us on Twitter because I actually posted a lot of stuff on Twitter too at STS Guys. And yeah, we didn't post anything on Facebook, but check us out there too because it's Facebook at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Chilling like a villain.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
If you like coffee or rad hats, like Scott's wearing, check out Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. That's right, Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. They make delicious coffee and rad merch. If you use our link, which is in our Instagram bio, save on your first order. If you like podcasts, you should check out our friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
That's right. Oh, look at that sticker. Nice. Shout out to our podcast family, the Dorksmen. Good times. We've all interacted with them. We've all met all of them now, which is great. Except for Nate. I've never met Angry Nate. Right. Clint, Nate, Joey, even Ryan. Shout out to those guys. They wrapped it up, their podcasting adventure. There might be a few special episodes later on, but thank you guys. That's one that I've always listened to since day one and tried to be supportive of those guys. So, but they've become our podcast friends. They're Across the Streams Media podcast as well, which is cool. So, shout out to those guys. Congrats on your journey. Best wishes.
I'm going to use it.
Whatever's next.
The Dorksman.
Yes. There we go. I didn't say it's the best. Yeah.
Yep. So I needed to throw it in there.
It's totally appropriate. Well done, Scott. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Talking Pops, getting really close to 300. Mike seems happy.
Three episodes away, and then we're donezo.
Nice. If you want to send a message, you tweeted out the other day, right? There's an email or a phone number you can call. So go to their Twitter and check that out. I still need to do that. I've not forgotten.
You can call or text that number.
Oh, text. Cool. That's easy.
Are you going to allow cussing on your last episode?
Yeah, I'll bleep it out, baby.
Oh, come on.
So you have to cuss a lot, so Mike has to work.
Okay.
Don't cuss a lot.
That's a challenge now.
It's going to be a challenge. And then he's going to be like,
I just
whatever.
won't play it. I'll live. I'll listen to it once and then I'll live censor it.
All right.
Yeah. Here, I'll tell you the phone number.
Yes, please.
989-299-7299. That is actually the Raw Boys phone number.
Okay.
I do believe it's 989-299 Raw is I think what it is.
That's a lot of nines.
That's a lot of nines.
I like it nines, baby. It's the easiest number to hit.
I appreciate it, Raw. Check out Pop Collectors Alliance. Those guys, they still podcast sometimes. Secondary Heroes, shout out to those guys. We saw them. Average Nerd Podcast, shout out to those guys. We saw them in San Diego. Nerdy Curious, they didn't go to San Diego, but they're awesome. Movie Retakes with Sully, saw that dude. Toy Rewind Podcast, good Texas boys. 3 beers and a mic. Just a little podcast. And oh yeah, Raw Boys coming soon.
It's getting there.
One day. Just not today. Shout out to Ian, Laser Game Plays. He's doing a 24-hour stream on Twitch. So we haven't done a raid in a long time. So if you're here, stick around and say hi to Ian. He's playing, I don't know, Fall Guys or Fortnite or whatever he's playing right now.
Whatever's popular with the kids.
He decided he wanted to stay up for 24 hours, so he's staying up for 24 hours.
It's summer.
No, it isn't. School started last week.
What?
Mm-hmm. Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah.
It started already?
Yeah. That's why we had to leave San Diego Sunday morning because school started Monday.
Oh. All right.
Is
that it, Larry?
Yeah, we're good. Go.
Episode 219 of the STS Guys. I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.